Alright guys, so I wanted to make a very brief video, something more for my personal journey and my own personal experience. If you look behind me, you see two outlets low to the ground on the black wall. Now, due to the fact of those outlets being so far out into the room, you are losing space on the wall. Now, this is something that I had considered, but something that I did not make the decision on the placement of those outlets. Example number one. Now, what you'll also see is that the black wall cuts off right after the outlet. Now, from my understanding is I wanted to go about 10-foot minimum to around the halfway mark. Now, as you can see on the other side of the room, we have successfully gotten plenty of white wall. At least from my experience with videography, I would appreciate it. So this is just my experience that I've had. And these are all things that you have to consider when you're building, whether or not it's a studio or if you have a business. What I've got is outlets halfway into the room, and I've got a black wall that's completely unusable. Because as you can see, there's outlets in the wall, a door, a power box, and when you come over here, you still have the white side, which, in my opinion, is perfectly fine. Now, I don't know how that'll look. I haven't yet taken any photos with it, but it's just something that I came in this morning. It's probably around, 6, 7 a.m., trying to wake up when it's cool outside. And this is just a big frustration. And rather than just bottling it all up, I gotta get it off my chest. And whether or not I'm talking to myself or I'm talking to my audience, you'll find out. But this is just really frustrating because I was expecting a usable black wall, and I got outlets and about 7 foot of black wall, but the 7 foot is completely consumed by outlets. That how am I supposed to take photos or make any content on a wall with outlets? Now, I could be building a set, but that's the plan for the other room, is to build sets that can, change depending on the necessity. So this black wall was more so for photography. And one of the main reasons why I wouldn't just use the green screen and then green screen in some black is because what you end up with the green is that green haziness on the skin. So you're really not able to do such a great job when it comes to green screen photography, because you get that green to bleed in on the skin of the people. So this is just something that, from a video standpoint, from a photography standpoint, so this is a tale of the ages. This is just my own situation as Anthony Marshall and the process of developing this studio. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Watch this journey, this quite frankly journey. And I'm just having to be straight up that I'm tired of being scared about posting, and without any marketing, nobody's gonna know about this studio anyways, and we're not gonna be successful as is. So I just really need to power through and do this to the best of my ability, because if nobody knows about this studio, then we did this for nothing. What we've also got here, I don't even want to start on the door. That's a video for another day. All right, guys. So once again, I want to ask you, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and it helps me overcome a lot of these obstacles. And we are on the journey to 1,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? We're only at 1,000 subscribers at this point. and it would really mean a lot if you guys would go ahead and subscribe. If you guys have experience in the industry, please leave comments below as far as your feedback and whether or not I'm in the right or wrong, because personally, I'm just at a point that I gotta vent, that I can't, just bottle all of this in and, be forced to not film. That I've been asked this entire time to not film any of the construction. So this has been a significant cost as far as materials, but, a irreplaceable, priceless item would be time. So not only have we lost the cost, but also the time. And then once you factor in, the cost of not being able to make any marketing content to actually advertise the company during these construction phases, has been a big hit to the business as a whole as well. So I would really appreciate any support that you guys have. I want to thank everybody for checking out my podcast, as well as the show this past week, where I kind of summarized who I spoke to that previous week. I this week interviewed Guap, the Guru, as well as Go Metro and Mason Wheelock. So very interesting interviews. They went deep. I'm starting to get really deep here, guys, that I'm trying to bring out my personality, because for me, I don't want to appear fake, but at the same time, I've got to be diplomatic. But I'm at a certain point where, it's just about that time. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. If you're interested in any of my information, definitely check it out down in the description box below. And as always, I'm Anthony Marshall, and we'll see you.